Losing a pet is like losing a piece of your heart. If you're struggling with grief, you're not alone. At MyDogDied, we understand the pain and are here to support you. Visit us today and find comfort, guidance, and a community that cares. We received a letter from someone who's lost their pet and have allowed us to share their story so that it will help other listeners deal with the loss of their pet. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. Hello, friends. I opened Shelly's letter this morning, and before I had read more than a few lines, I could feel the Arizona sun in her words. The same sun that gave warmth to her beloved Francis for 17 years, and heartbreakingly, same sun that helped take him away. Dear Don, I don't know where to begin. My heart feels like it's been scooped out, and yet it's so full of love for my boy that I can barely write without my hands trembling. Francis was my saint. Bernard, all 160 pounds of drooling, lumbering, gentle love. We lived together here in Phoenix since he was a pudgy, oversized puppy. People used to tell me, don't get too attached. Big dogs don't live long. Well, Francis clearly didn't get that memo. 17 years. 17 beautiful, stubborn, goofy years. This summer, the heat came early. Even with the air conditioning and his favorite cool spot on the tile, I could see age catching up to him. He'd grown slower on walks, his big brown eyes cloudier, but his heart was the same, eager to greet neighbors, wagging that massive tail like he might knock the mailbox over. The day it happened, we had just finished a short stroll at sunrise. By noon, despite the AC, Francis was panting harder than normal. I laid beside him, stroking his massive head, whispering, "It's okay, big guy." But the heat and his 17 years caught up with him. The vet confirmed what I already knew in my gut. Heat stroke, with his old age making recovery impossible. I held him as he drifted away, my tears soaking into his fur. Francis had a gift for making me laugh even when life was heavy. His signature move? If another dog barked at him, he wouldn't bark back. He'd whip his drool at them with a precise shake of his head. I swear he had aim. I called it his slobber diplomacy. Once, a yappy terrier wouldn't stop at the fence line, so Francis gave him a slow, deliberate look. Then whop, a perfect arc of drool right onto the terrier's nose. I nearly fell over laughing. He was also my shadow. If I was cooking, he was lying at my feet. If I was folding laundry, he'd be nearby, sometimes managing to drool on the clean towels just to remind me who ran the house. In winter, he'd lie across my feet like a living, breathing blanket. After he passed, I couldn't stand the quiet. The house felt hollow, like the air had been taken out. My sister sent me a link to MyDogDied.com, saying maybe hearing other people's stories might help. At first, I didn't think I could bear it, reading about other losses when my own was so raw. But the first letter I read made me cry and smile in the same breath. It reminded me I wasn't alone, that grief this deep is just proof of love this big. As I read Shelly's words, I can feel the weight of Francis's head on her lap, the cool tile under her knees, the heat pressing in from outside. I can hear that deep, slow breathing that old dogs have when they're just trying to rest. 17 years for a St. Bernard isn't just rare, it's a miracle. It means years of careful love, years of adapting to an aging friend's needs, years of patience and devotion. Shelly didn't just own Francis, she walked alongside him through his entire lifetime. I keep thinking about that slobber diplomacy, how a dog can respond to aggression with something so absurdly disarming. Maybe that's part of Francis's legacy, to remind us that sometimes you can face the bark of the world with a gentle, ridiculous answer that makes everyone pause and smile. Shelly, I wish I could hand you back those quiet afternoons, those big, clumsy steps across your kitchen floor, the feeling of his warm body curled close. But I can tell you this, Francis is stitched into you now. The weight of his head, the smell of his fur, the sound of that tail thumping. Those don't leave. They become part of who you are. You loved him through 17 summers, and he loved you back every single day. That's not something the sun can take away. If you're reading this, and you've lost your own, Francis, your own gentle giant, I hope you know that the grief you carry is simply love, looking for somewhere to go. Francis had Shelly. Shelly had Francis. And now, Shelly has us, this community of people who understand that saying goodbye to a dog is never really goodbye. Because as long as you remember them, as long as you tell their stories, they're still here. Don.
Your love for your pet never fades, and neither should your support. If you're grieving, don't go through it alone. Visit MyDogDied.com or call us at 85-5925-2658 and connect with those who truly understand. Healing starts here. Remember, if you like this video, please support us with a like, subscribe, and share. If you have a story that you would like to tell us, your dog stories at MyDogDied.com at gmail.com.